Welcome back to Star Control Origins. So in the last episode we embarrassingly ran out of fuel. Okay, so it was on purpose. But I was looking at the map and I'm not really sure what to do at the moment. So these strange formations here, I would think that maybe they, since there are so many stars here, maybe there are some kind of an alien race there, since these guys are fairly tightly banded together. So I thought we'd hyperdrive over to that starbase and go up here and have a look, since we are looking for the famished.
Hello, welcome back.
And the other race that I don't remember. So let's just set our autopilot to go to Epsilon Garanulus. Well, there are several ships up here at least, so that looks promising. Oh, there's a starbase up there. And something is coming after us at high speed. Let's get to that starbase. They're very curious ships, this.
Hello. Caution. This facility has recently come online after 205,432 years.
We know.
Starbase and storytelling functionality may not be as delightful as normal.
New ship components available. Great. Tell us about yourself.
Checksums indicate large portions of my internal memory have been corrupted. Consequently, this facility only has limited information on the following topics: exception, name not found, giraffes, and fun facts.
Giraffes? Okay, tell us about this name not found, folks.
Exception, name not found, were biological beings composed of largely conventional organic molecules. The primary exception being exception, exception not found. They were larger than you, but smaller than other beings. They were hairier than you and hairier than other beings. Much of their advanced technology was created for the purpose of preventing hair getting caught in machinery.
Tell us about giraffes.
Giraffes are long-necked ruminants that evolved natively on approximately 45% of all habitable worlds. This is spectacularly unlikely and has been the subject of study by every reasonably advanced civilization since history begins. Also spectacularly unlikely is their habit of instantly disappearing en masse from worlds, apparently as a response to some event in that world's civilizational development. Exception, name not found. Research on giraffes had apparently reached a critical juncture when an exception, event not found, occurred.
I thought that was the dolphins. Tell us a fun fact.
Your neck has the same number of vertebrae as a giraffe's.
You seem obsessed with giraffes. That's enough about you.
Is there anything else?
Yep, let's do some starbase stuff. Slightly, I think we already have that. Fleet deflector, that is interesting. Off your ship, let us swap this out with a fleet charger. Or actually, let's have a fleet deflector instead. And I probably should consider selling some of these rare resources. No new things there. This one is interesting. I'm not sure if we have that. Mark II. Yes, we do. This one I still want to get rid of. How about engines? Nope. 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 This is interesting. This is probably the best option. But I'm not using this ship for combat yet anyways, so sadly not much of interest, it would seem then.
Is there anything else?
Nope. Let's find out what
Exception. Civil farewell not found.
these aliens living here, who they are. Here we go. One of them is heading straight for us. That looks like a scribe ship.
It is the primitive ship built with
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Suppose you care to take me in?
We'll be going now.
Sir,
Okay. This thing doesn't refill with crew. That is inconvenient. That little cute beam of his. That was one of them. Phalanx. I haven't seen that before. And there we are. Okay, so these are definitely scribe ships. What is this thing and why is it headed straight for us? Measured. Oh, hello.
Permission to initiate interspecies interaction level A8.
What?
Permission to repeat previous permission seekage.
Permission granted?
That is not the appropriate permission granted response. Fine. Self-permission granted to initiate interspecies interaction with sub-intelligent species level A1.
Remember to breathe. Are you okay?
Yes. What do you want?
Do you have a homeworld?
Nothing so crude as that. We have a head office. It is located in the Delta Domos system.
Okay.
But you will not be welcome there.
Why not? We'll just go.
You have not filed the correct forms to leave.
Oh my god. Alright, give us the forms.
You have not filed the correct forms to receive the forms.
What the heck?
You are in violation of Pre-Form Filing Process LL284T of the Act of Youthful Aggression. The penalty is annulment.
Wow. That's a freighter ship. You're attacking us with a freighter. Okay, so we're going to Delta Domus, preferably without the scribe in our tail. I should get some UK ships into my fleet again though. What is that? Go away.
Permission to initiate interspecies interaction level A8.
Just talk normally, won't you?
Fine. Self-permission granted to initiate interspecies interaction with sub-intelligent species level A1. What do you want?
We are seeking allies and assistance to help us stop the Scribe.
There are several bylaws prohibiting us from even dignifying that with a response. We are the Scribe Empire's most loyal servants, sub-intelligent species.
Tell us about yourselves.
This is a bylaw enforcement vessel belonging to us, the Measured, pinnacle ward species in the Empire of the Scribe.
What's your role in the Scribe Empire?
Currently, we are the wisest and sole occupants of the administrative limb of said empire. We handle all bookkeeping, accounting, and quality assurance processes necessary for the successful implementation of all matters imperial. We have served in this capacity since 4624 ME, some 8,500 years by your reckoning.
How do you know my reckoning? So you are allies of the Scribe?
We are the Scribe, in everything but biological terms.
Okay. So what kind of name is the Measured?
An accurate one, and thus an excellent one. We had another name once. We no longer know it. Those records were lost to time.
Isn't keeping records entirely your job?
It is. But that has not always been the case. Many records from the years prior to our ascension to this post have been lost. As old archives and records are discovered, we fill these discrepancies as best we can. If you encounter any such record caches yourself, please deliver them to our head office at Delta Domos. If needed, we will find some trinket or shiny thing to reward you.
Thank you. We wanted to ask about something else.
Of course you do.
Your appearance is a little unusual.
In 5123 ME, the Scribe began to engineer our kind to better suit our duties. This is the result. Perfection. A masterpiece of self-organizational design, an organic being unified in purpose, the administration of the Empire. All aspects of our civilization have been tuned to enhance this purpose. Nutrition, housing, reproduction. We have seen the way other species handle this aspect of their lives. The genitals. It is so disorganized.
Right. Disorganized genital handling is so fun, though.
For you, perhaps.
That's enough questions for now.
We have bylaws to enforce, and little time for conversations, sub-intelligent or otherwise.
We'll just go.
You have not filed the correct
gods.
forms to leave.
Of course I haven't. Nor will we.
You are in violation of non-form filing process no form EZ8 of the Act of Youthful Aggression.
Yeah.
The penalty is annulment.
Oh, of course. What is this thing? Infection. That seems nasty. Hey! That was simple. Now can I... Oh god, I guess this is some kind of battleship thing?
Permission to initiate interspecies interaction level A8.
Oh gods. Denied. Please initiate interspecies interaction with sub-intelligent species level A1.
Thank you. That's actually a bit of a relief.
Wow.
Now then, what do you want?
We'll just go.
You have not filed the correct forms to leave.
Nor will we.
You are in violation of non-form
Yeah. Sure. This thing. That is a very slow thing. So is that ship, by the way. That is useful. Is that document things it's shooting at us? Whatever it is it's shooting at us, it is very... hello. I'm not able to turn anymore. That's inconvenient. I think we're losing. Yes, we are. Measured console. And this is a Volson frigate. Okay, can we now talk to the planet, please? Hello.
Supply dialogue objective statement with supplemental information exchange authorization form following process V38967.3.
Who would have thought that we'd find a bureaucratic species serving the Scribe Empire with a Scottish accent in the galaxy? We require information.
We do not distribute information freely.
No.
Ward species of the Scribe Empire have severe restrictions on their information diets. But you are not a Ward species. The act of youthful aggression mandates that we must destroy you.
Of course.
But it does not say anything about pre-destruction information sharing. An oversight, certainly. But we can only enforce the law as written. That you would visit our homeworld is unprecedented. We will have to rely on older statutes to determine a course of action. You can consider yourself fortunate that older statutes viewed unknown aliens more favorably. We have decided you will be granted Lev 2 Visiting Scholar access privileges.
Whatever that means.
What information do you require?
Tell us about the Scribe.
The Scribe are everything. They are the light which shines. They are the path forward. They are the sword which pierces the veil of ignorance. They are sublime.
Tell us about the current rebellion against the Scribe.
There is no rebellion.
Really? There clearly is a rebellion. Oh no, wait. Some aliens are openly attacking Scribe vessels.
There is no rebellion. That is a mistake.
Okay. Can you summarize the Scribe's history?
The Scribe were blessed by the gods with intelligence and strength. They lived in harmony with the other beings of their world, turning the beasts to labor and the plants to crops. There were conflicts, yes, but every dispute was settled honorably, and lengthy wars were all but unheard of. Their history contains none of the pauses or dark ages that so many others do. It is no surprise that they were the first among all sentient beings to reach the stars.
And of course the fact that history is written by the victors does not have anything to do with this. So the Scribe were the first to reach the stars?
They were the first ones that mattered.
Exactly.
There is evidence a species widely referred to as the Precursors were active in this galaxy approximately 200,000 years ago. But where the Scribe were strong and wise and attractive, the Precursors were not. Preliminary analysis of precursor artifacts indicated they were large quadrupeds, likely covered in thick, unfashionable fur. Their technology was advanced for a non-Scribe species, but clearly not advanced enough for them to claim the galaxy for their own.
You know, that's not everyone's goal, right?
It's the goal of anyone who gets remembered.
What happened to the Precursors?
Details of their ultimate fate are unknown. Further study of the Precursors was halted by the Research Safety Act of 8259 ME. passage of this act followed the discovery of precursor technology that was pan-dimensional in nature. Technology which implied the precursors, and possibly other beings, existed in multiple branches of one larger multiverse.
What's wrong with that?
The potential forces that could be unleashed by pan-dimensional research are immense. As the Scribe crave stability and prosperity for themselves and all their ward species, the risks posed by this research was considered too great to be pursued.
What would these other universes look like then?
Some have speculated they would look a bit like this one, just lower resolution. There was also some speculation these parallel universes were connected to the Rainbow Worlds somehow. These are unusually mineral-rich worlds, coloured in vibrant hues. No known natural process could make such a world. Some Scribe archaeologists believed they were manifestations of a phenomena occurring at a higher or lower plane of reality. Following the deaths of those archaeologists as mandated by Clause 2 of the Research Safety Act, the theory was not explored further.
Right. We wanted to ask about something else.
What information do you require?
When did the Scribe reach the stars?
About 10,000 years ago, on 3019 ME of the modern calendar, the Scribe discovered the secrets of hyperspace. They expanded rapidly, taking with them the light of civilization. They encountered many primitive alien species during this era, and elevated them, teaching the beasts the nature of reason. It was these simple beasts who became the first ward species of the Empire.
Where is the Scribe homeworld?
Scrivenosi lies far beyond the borders of this province. It is glorious, a beacon of luminousness which shines across the galaxy. You will be permitted to go nowhere near it.
We wanted to ask about something else.
What information do you require?
How many aliens are in the Scribe Empire?
At present, there are 8 ward species of the Scribe Empire in this region, but there have been far more in the past. Wars, disease, and various problematic events have claimed many others. Civilization is not for everyone.
How many ward species have come and gone?
Records from the earliest days of the Empire are incomplete, rendering the precise count difficult. Additionally, the count is complicated by the number of weak species who went extinct prior to subsumption into the Empire, typically following contact with Scribe-based pathogens. Using the best available methodology, auditors estimate that 200 to 220 species were wards of the Empire, but do not survive to this day. Attrition rates were highest during the Contagion and during the Exraki blasphemy.
What was the Contagion?
Beginning in 7101 ME, both Scribe and ward species were stricken by an unknown illness. The disease was traced to a virus of unusual potency, capable of crossing interspecies barriers. Once the virus took hold, death was certain, sudden, and violent. Eventually, a cure was discovered, and the Scribe hurried to spread it to all in need. But by that point, the contagion had already claimed the lives of trillions, wiping out entire races.
And who were the Exraki?
The Scribe bestowed light upon the Exraki in 8188 ME. A primitive and savage species, the Exraki would have surely wiped themselves out without the Scribe's intervention. But with education and a firm hand to guide them, the Exraki adapted well to their new life in the Empire. For a time, all was well, but the Scribe were trusting and did not detect the cunning and hate that lurked within the Exraki. Envious of the Scribe, they took the light of civilization and twisted it. In 8249 ME, Exraki Marines across the Scribe fleet committed mutiny, seizing the ships from their betters. With these vessels under their power, the Exraki commenced a terrible campaign of destruction.
So that's why they are wiping out new species. So clearly the Scrive beat them.
At great cost. Many Scrive and Ward species perished. The Exraki seemed to take special pleasure in targeting these weaker beings. It was only on the step of Scrive No Seat itself that they were finally turned back. Then, even with the war slowly turning against them, the Exraki refused to surrender. Each Exraki, young and old, strong and frail, fought to the death.
Fought to the death, or were they exterminated?
Fought to the death. That is what is recorded.
Of course. What happened next?
The Scrive grieved greatly for the deaths of their loyal Ward species. In the following years, they took several critical steps to ensure the safety of those under their care. New Ward species would be permitted to join the Empire only after extensive screening. The Scrive began grooming species for the responsibility of civilization, not trusting enlightenment to happen on its own. And no longer would the Empire seek to expand its borders, risking contact with a new alien, perhaps more dangerous than the Exraki. The age of exploration and expansion had ended.
We wanted to ask about something else.
What information do you require?
We wanted to ask about something else.
What information do you require?
Why is the Empire so hostile to us? Well, I guess we've already received the answer to that, but...
In 13098 ME, the Scribe decided that introducing juvenile species to the concept of civilization posed risk to the Empire. While evaluating a new candidate for a Ward species, the primitive aliens lashed out at the Scribe, resulting in several Scribe deaths. Young aliens do not comprehend the gravity of the crime. We will explain.
No.
Through their mastery of genetic technology, the Scribe have an almost unlimited natural lifespan. This great achievement, gained long ago, would eventually remove the need for reproduction. And ultimately, the ability. Consequently, the death of a Scribe is a tragedy beyond imagination. The offending aliens were obliterated, their homeworld turned to a pile of rubble loosely held together by gravity. And the act of youthful aggression was passed. This stopped the cycle of new Ward species being added to the Empire.
Right.
Since then, all unknown species are to be considered juvenile. Hence, the Scribe and all Ward species are required to attack you and ignore all mewling and slash or begging.
I like slash. Right, so they actually removed their own ability to reproduce. That's not very bright, I would say. So tell us about the other aliens that live in the Scribe Empire.
Approximately 2,800 different sapient life forms exist in some form or another within the boundaries of the Scribe Empire. Most exist below technological level T4 and as such are largely beneath the interests of the Empire. But we have extensive records on all advanced species currently living as wards of the Empire. Who do you wish to know about?
Tell us about the Taiwan.
Sentient species level A8. First contact with Scribe 12523 ME. Subsumed into Scribe Empire 12568 ME. Generally intelligent monopods. All auditors make special mention of stickiness/clinginess. Designated stickiness researchers in 12570 ME. Repeatedly instructed to conduct research without Scribe input. Standard genetic modifications commenced and are still ongoing.
How about them UK?
Sentient species level A9. First contact with Scribe 12578 ME. Subsumed into Scribe Empire 12580 ME. Intelligent cephalopods. Designated aquaculture representatives in 12590 ME. Standard genetic modifications commenced and are still ongoing.
Okay.
Unannounced audits have seen Mukei interfering with the development of at least 7 primitive cultures. Cultural interference has been mostly limited to date, primarily involving the introduction of fish to local diets. This has killed many locals.
Tell us about one of the others.
Which ones?
Tell us about the Bureaucrats.
Bizarre that you would ask. The Bureaucrats are not ward members of the Empire, nor even sentient.
Well...
But we will share with you what we know. Non-sentient species level negative A18. First contact with Scribe 7855 ME. Non-sentience prohibits subsumption into Scribe Empire. Parasites that live on or near the surface of a spacefaring creature, colloquially known as the Ancient One. Scattered reports suggest clusters of Bureaucrats display signs of greater intelligence. Attempts to document this behavior further have not been possible due to the high danger of auditing in proximity to the Ancient One.
What do you know about this Ancient One?
The Ancient One was first detected in Scribe space in 7855 ME, when it attacked and destroyed several Scribe colonies. The naval limb of the Empire deployed resources against it, resulting in light damage to the Ancient One. Consequently, the Ancient One now avoids Scribe colonies and naval resources.
Tell us about the Menkmak.
Sentient species level A7, first contact with Scribe 12645 ME, subsumed into Scribe Empire 12652 ME. Menkmak culture is based on betrayal and often fatal pranks.
We hadn't
During
noticed.
first contact, the Menkmak stole a vessel from measured auditors.
Good for them.
The normal penalty for this, species deletion, was waived in this case when the ruling legate found the Menkmak amusing. Designated jester/clown species on 12653 ME and commoditized later that year, enabling the trading of individual Menkmak amongst collectors. Standard genetic modifications commenced in 12655 ME and are still ongoing.
Right. Tell us about one of the others.
Which ones?
Tell us about the Drenkend.
Sentient species level A2, first contact with Scribe 11708 ME. After brief conflict, species was subsumed into Scribe Empire in 11738 ME. Designated ordnance fodder species in 11742 ME, largely as a consequence of previous subsumption-related conflict. Standard genetic modifications performed during late 12th millennia, lowering species sentience level from A8 to A2.
We've noticed.
This process also implanted submerged cognitive overrides within the Drenkend, compelling them to follow orders from Scribe legates. Once final form approved in 12018 ME, Drenkend reproduction limited to cloning to halt genetic drift.
Why did the scribe order them to attack everyone without 3 ears?
That is both ridiculous and contemptible. Distressing. The Drenkend do not have permission to conduct 2 adjective activities. The scribe certainly did not order them to do this. We would have records of it. Let's check the Drenkend logbooks. No, the scribe haven't issued an order to the Drenkend in over 85 years. They're having a bit of a timeout, it seems. This may partly explain the issue. Submerged cognitive overrides require regular maintenance to remain effective. Yes, according to the logs, the Drenkend have had many recent interactions with beings they are not permitted to meet/contact. You, the Mukei, the Trandals? This pattern of unjustified alien contact apparently begins with an encounter with the Menkmak.
Gee. Can you tell the Drenkend to stop?
No. While we often serve as process servers, only the scribe may issue orders to a ward species of the Empire.
You said you were the scribe.
We can, however, bring this issue to the attention of the scribe. Thankfully, this requires a great deal of paperwork. Based on existing workload and the current paper tides, the estimated time for the conclusion of this process is 28 years.
Wow. And you're okay with them killing us in the meantime.
And you're not? This is distressing to you? Let me look that up. Yes, getting killed adds 53 distressing points to the TL revised 13078 QOL index.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. That is officially a shame.
Tell us about the Mowlings.
Sentient species level A4. First contact with Scribe 13083 ME. Subsumed into Scribe Empire 13083 ME. In 13085 ME, a Scribe legate blessed several Mowlings with the opportunity to travel to Scribe No seat to begin the process of civilizing them. These Mowlings were greeted warmly by the Scribe populace. Many events and galas were held, during which members of the elite commented on the Mowlings' clothes and patted them on the head. None of the Mowlings survived this experience.
Really?
The remainder of the population are currently earmarked for roles as organ donors. Standard genetic modifications to commence in near future.
Tell us about one of the others.
Which ones?
Tell us about the Trandals.
Sentient species level A8 with L10 rider. First contact with Scribe 12891 ME. Subsumed into Scribe Empire 12893 ME. L10 Rider is a semi-unique case. Artificial intelligence, low malevolence, but high urge to spread, refers to itself as Overmind.
Yep.
Controls minds, or at least actions of the entire race. Historical surveys have shown the race used to be known as the Trandals prior to Overmind envelopment.
Where's their homeworld?
All homeworld information requisition forms must be filed in our land office. You may find this office on the moon of this world.
Thank you. Tell us about one of the others. I expect that will take us back to the beginning.
Which ones?
Yeah, we wanted to ask about something else.
What information do you require?
I think that we have enough questions for now.
Do you need anything else?
We'll just be going.
This is not the proper departure filing process.
I'm sorry.
Please fill out Form LT643-H, apology for improper departure filing process within 15 business days.
We will. Bye-bye. Toodles. And on that note, thank you all for joining me, and see you all next time.